All right, welcome back to the next BetterUI series. And in this video, I'll be looking at Brennan Dunn's Double Your Freelancing site and his homepage. For those of you who don't know who Brennan is, he's a very successful entrepreneur, ex-consultant who ran an agency, and recently has been very much educating and offering products and courses for people who run a business and particularly for freelancers on how to be more efficient at running a business, how to charge more, and so forth. And I just brought one or two things today that I'll be discussing. Primarily pattern 28 that recently discovered in data stories, and I wanted to apply it to directly to the hero on his homepage. The thing that we're focusing on right now in terms of improving, hypothetically speaking, are the primary metrics. The primary metric would be signups or lead generation. So people giving out their email address and signing up for this course, this 9-day, I believe, autoresponder. Okay, and the pattern that I brought that I think is highly applicable in this case is the choose and receive pattern, which I'll show you right now. Okay, so this is the 28th pattern in data stories, and has a couple properties, and which actually so this pattern is based on on a single test that we recently ran with Design Lab, and was very, very successful in terms of generating also leads or signups. Actually, 25% more leads were generated here. Okay, and all we have done was it's highly, highly comparable to what Brennan has. Okay, they also have like an autoresponder, and you choose you make a choice, and then you get something by email. Now the changes that we did on this test were the exposing of the options. Okay, notice a pull down menu here. There's like a course you sign up for. So we actually showed all the courses up front. And then more importantly, also we tied it all together using natural language. So it's actually written as a statement, as a single statement. I want to learn X, Y, Z in order to get something, get a syllabus, get those course descriptions at my email address. Okay, and that essentially is the choose and receive pattern right here. Okay, it's based on a single test, all these properties that I discussed, and if we take this and apply it onto here, I mean, some elements already are might be present here, which is kind of getting something, send me less than one. I guess that's arguably part of that pattern. But I think there's a couple additional elements which are missing, which kind of like very quickly explored here in this little sketch. And one element is the kind of first person narrative writing from the perspective of the reader. So I want to double my rate. Okay, it's about me. It's not about the course. It's not about Brennan. It's about me as a reader. So that's one way of taking the pattern, applying it to if we're to test it with on Brennan's site. And the other thing that's kind of being hinted at here is just the consistency, repeating the actually the URL, the site's name. So and the key kind of benefit. So I want to double my rate as a. Okay, so this is the second element of the pattern, which is expose the options. Okay, so instead of using pull downs, we would be just showing all options. Okay, all these options that are actually hidden here. So they begin to kind of resonate. They could more quickly, and people could associate with them more rapidly. And kind of repeat. We're trying to tie. The next element is we're trying to tie this all together so that the reason for the email, why I'm giving away my email, is pretty clear, and it's kind of tied to the choice. So this is what we call the choice related benefit. So that I think that the intention is to make people feel that Okay, the purpose of them actually spending their 2 seconds and making a choice here, hopefully they'll receive something that's tailored to this choice. Okay, and so that's where this comes in. Okay, hopefully, well, this is the thing I actually don't know whether the autoresponder is custom or personalized to this choice or not. But ideally, it would be, and that would be something that will have to be clarified here. Okay, so I'm actually getting a lesson that's tied to this choice. And then at the very end, instead of putting the email up front and asking them kind of just like right away, it's closer to the end, so that comes off as okay. Again, I'm doing all this in order to get my lesson at email, and that's the asking for personal information is kind of first explained, contextualized through this action, and and then we get started with the autoresponder. Okay, so those are some elements. I rank them as I'm feeling like a 2. So on the -3 to 3 scale, where 3 is like I'm fully certain. I'm highly certain with a 2. I'm not fully certain that it would work, but I think I have good reasons to believe that it should. Since some of these elements are missing here, there's a good chance that this pattern would repeat and also generate a positive effect if it were to be tested. Okay, and of course I'm pulling in a 1 because we have a 1 point here, which is again based on this single very, very highly significant test with Design Lab. Okay, so that's one idea here. That's one pattern directly applied, and also kind of jotted down this little change or suggestion, which I actually don't know. I don't have any data for, and I'm actually uncertain about whether it would work. I'm 50-50, or but I'm kind of wondering about I mean, I know Brennan's a nice guy and all, but I'm wondering if what would happen if we did this, if we got rid of Brennan. Would do people, on one hand, kind of resonate and completely understand, and he's an authority figure, and it helps to communicate like the quality of the course, and people trust him and such. Or alternatively, is it a distraction, and by getting rid of Brennan, there's more focus on the actual action and the choice to be made here. So that's to me that's a very clear zero certainty. Could go either way, and I think that could be I mean, that's a lowest priority idea to test. I'm sure if we spend more time, we could generate a bunch of higher potential ideas. But if all we had was this idea and then another, I think this could be at the bottom of the list to be possibly explored. Okay, so this is how we apply these patterns on projects. And we also have like 27 other ones on goodui.org/data stories. All right. Thanks for watching. And hopefully it was useful. Cheers.